welcome to Cool Pods, a podcast series brought to you by Cool Earth Connections. In this series, we interview people from different companies with different designations and different histories. So here we have today with us Ved Krishna, who is the Chief Strategist of Yash Papers Limited, which is a company based out of India. So welcome, Yash. Ved. And we are very excited to have you here today with us. And I was reading about Yash Papers, and you have a fascinating history. Can you talk more about that?
Well, absolutely. Thank you for having me, Deepa. It's always a pleasure to be on shows where the focus is on sustainability. So about Yash Pakka, as it's called now, we were started back in 1981, and we started production as a very small paper company in 1983. We've had a long journey since then. The company was started by my father, and I came into the business around 1999, and slowly we have sort of focused more towards compostable packaging and changed directions. Today we work in two broad domains, which is producing alternatives to single-use plastic bags and also alternates for styrofoam replacements. So both those products are made from sugarcane waste or sugarcane residue. So these are fibers which the sugar mills actually dispose after they've taken the juice out. So we take that and we mold it into different shapes or create cellulose-based products out of them so that we can provide alternates to these two usages.
That's very, very fascinating because we do require products like that and companies like you to do that. You also have a very fascinating line of products. It's very innovative line of products and very interesting. Can you talk more about that?
Sure, absolutely. So we have a great team, and we innovate all the time, and we have a great innovation team as well, which works on numerous directions. The focus being replacement of single-use plastics, but that can be done through various means. So the current focus is mainly towards flexible packaging, which is trying to find alternates to like potato chip bags, like snack bags, which are multi-layered and will not go off the planet for 100,000 years or something like that. So that, and then of course we have the molded products, where again there is a lot of innovation that takes place. So the kind of designs that our team has created is based on the idea of modularity, where one product can fit into each other and into the other, and that gives the customer a lot of flexibility to be able to create their own combinations. But more than that, now what they are working on is a lot of lightweighting, trying to take the amount of fiber down and yet retaining the strength and stiffness. The way the team does that is to look a lot towards nature and how nature brings in stiffness to different products and adapting that to our designs. So that's the basic fundamental there. And of course, we look at numerous products in that domain itself. So there's a big challenge that humanity faces in terms of food delivery, where there's a lot of plastics being used, and particularly in India, where we tend to eat a lot of heavy, gravy, oily sort of stuff, where you have to ensure that it's leak-proof and it also can handle the heat in terms of the steam. So we've been also working on that. So yeah, so a variety of things in these two domains.
That's really great. So you also have something called as value-added approach. You have taken a different approach, right? Compared to volume-added approach. That's what I was reading about.
Yeah, absolutely.
In your products. So since you have taken up, Yash Papers, what have you done to drive innovation?
So it's like we all come with our own talents and our own sort of focus For me, I've found that I'm not really very operations driven, and I am more driven by new ideas. So there is a variety of things that we have done. Of course, this whole big shift from being a pulp and paper, specialty pulp and paper company, to becoming a compostable packaging company, which is still, I would say, in transition because we do produce a few varieties of generic products as well in paper. But that said, there's this continuous movement towards innovative products. The big realization for me is that as a business, we have to leave a deeper impact. It is not just about creating wealth or profitability. Of course, that is part of sustaining a business. But the bigger idea is that how do you leave a deeper impact on by existing? So and we do that in various ways. In terms of products, but also in terms of culture in the company, and in terms of what we do with the society around us, and things like that.
That's very innovative, and I think you're doing a great job over there. So, in one of our previous conversations, we talked about you are in the process of setting up a global compostability alliance. So, what are your goals and objectives for that, and who are the proposed key players that you're looking for?
I'm super happy that you asked me that. I did not expect that question. So thank you for that
I
because
read
we are
about
just
you. I think it's
that's at a
fascinating.
very nascent stage. So I'm so happy that you've given me an opportunity to talk about that. So my team has literally pushed me out of operations and asked me that I need to spend more time with this. So the idea here is that when we actually shifted our focus towards compostable products, we realized over time that it's such a nascent domain that there is still a lot of struggle in finding the right technologies, finding the right innovators, finding also the markets, and the whole plethora of things, different making changes on the policy side, and so there is this wide gamut of things that need to be done. And what we tried to do in between was to get few companies together and try and create an alliance. But what we realized was that we are going to end up doing the heavy lifting. So over time, what we are now doing is that just going whole hog and creating a platform called Global Compostables Alliance. And that is going to focus mainly on compostable product manufacturers and try to bring them to a common platform where they can find all details for any of the supply side that they need. They would also be able to find various things to do with knowledge in terms of the type of products, the type of innovations that are happening. There'll be possibilities of cross linkages. Of course, as the situation changes around the world, we would also do things on a more physical space where we would get people to meet each other and seek
Yes.
collaborations. And of course, the other side of that would be that as people come together, we would be able to offer a marketplace for those who are seeking products. So that will be the idea that once we have a broad-based membership, then we can actually get the Safeways of the world and the Targets of the world to come in and seek the kind of products that they want at the marketplace. So those are the three main objectives that we are starting with.
That's great, and I hope that through this podcast and the video, there might be companies who are looking for that. There might be organizations who are looking for that, and hopefully, you can connect with through us. And I wish you all the best in that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
So going forward, what are your future plans for Yash Papers? Are you planning to move here in the US? I know you have a few operations here, but and in Europe as well, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So there is of course, despite the situation, we remain absolutely buoyant, and we feel that we have to continue our work. Of course, the little bit of the expansion plans have taken a little bit of a backseat, but that said, it's not really making us stop. We are definitely planning for the future. The ideas just now are mainly so I'll talk on both sides of our business. On the molded product side, we are creating a whole new range of products. So our initial range was created very focused on the Indian market or on the Indian food sort of styles. Um, so we realized that the same products cannot be easily used around the world, and hence now we've gone back to the drawing board. We're creating a more universal design, and of course, there's going to be products that can be used with different kinds of foods around the world, and that is going to. I think we are definitely going to be ready with the samples of those products within this year. And then the idea is to significantly expand our molded products capacity. And yes, one of the we have to definitely come to the US as well, because that is a huge market. There's a lot of possibilities. So we are looking at, we were earlier not planning to launch our brand. And in fact, we were thinking about even producing for different people. But that didn't seem to fly with the people we wanted to produce for. So now we have more or less decided that we are going to do a brand launch in the US, create a team there, create a set of distributors, and hopefully able to find the right partnerships and be in US hopefully within the next year. And along with that, we would also then start seeking markets of Europe and maybe Australasia.
Well, that's great because, as I said, we do need companies like you to do that, to basically address the issue of single-use plastics and all that, which is a big need of the hour at this point. So I think that's really great. So thank you so much for being here. I think it's been great that we've been able to talk to you and know what your company is doing. And I wish you all the best in all your endeavors. Um, and, if anybody needs information, to all our listeners and viewers, if you need any information, you could please go to our website, which is sustainablepackagingservices.com. And if you Google Cool Urban Connections, starting with a K, both cool and connections, starting with a K, you can find more information and this video on our website, and you can get in touch with us. So thank you once again, Ved, for being here with us. And again, wish you all the best. And thank you, listeners and viewers. Hope you enjoyed listening to Ved and about Yash Papers. And again, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day and God bless.
Thank you.